Alexis hesitates to sign Christina's commitment papers, while Willow may regret signing the documents Drew puts before her. Carly returns to Jack's room at the Metro Court and fears she may have just handed Michael's children over to Willow and Drew. Jack asks her to tell him everything, and they'll find a way through this. She details the whole argument and how she almost smacked Willow, but Jason showed up and stopped her. Jack thinks she did exactly what needed to be done. Jack explains she put the necessary pressure on Drew and Willow, and they'll be going on the attack. He says Willow will likely panic, and Drew will try and be her knight in shining armor. However, Drew will likely try and do something so big that he'll overreach, and she'll be able to use it against him. Right now, her only option is to wait for Drew and Willow to take the bait to the trap she set. Drew overreaches. At Drew's, Willow complains to him that this was supposed to be a joyous day, and Carly's ruined it. Drew says you can't put anything past Carly. Willow believes Carly never cared about her. She just wanted Michael to be happy. Drew says Carly is a user, and she drops people when she has no use for someone anymore. She did to him after he got out of prison, which he went to for her. Nina returns and says the kids didn't hear anything, fortunately. Drew thinks he should get a restraining order against Carly. Nina tells them they must stay calm and focus on compromise. Otherwise, they'll have no peace. Drew thinks peace went out the window when Carly raised her hand to Willow. Kai rings the doorbell, apologizing for interrupting so late, but needs to speak with Drew. Drew explains this will have to wait until the morning as he's having a family crisis. Kai takes off, and Drew leaves for a second. Willow vents to Nina about Carly comparing her to Nellie. Nina asks why she's so bothered by what Carly said. Willow admits that deep down, she fears there is some truth to it. She says suddenly, everyone has turned against her, and she understands how Nellie could feel the world was coming after her. Nina tells Willow that Nellie was mentally ill, and she is not. She tells Willow to focus on everything she's had to overcome to get where she is, and she is a wonderful mother. With that said, she still feels they need to compromise with Carly and Michael. Drew returns and suggests they table this conversation and try to relax. Nina hugs her daughter and heads out. Willow worries that Carly will push Michael to be as aggressive as he can be, and Michael can be downright lethal when he wants to be. If Michael comes at her guns blazing, she doesn't know how to stop him. She also worries Carly could take the kids, so maybe they should compromise. Drew promises her that nobody will take her children, and even if something happens to her, God forbid, they'll stop Carly and Tracy from taking the children. Willow says he can't promise that, but Drew holds up a document and says he can. He explains these papers would make him the legal guardian of Wiley and Amelia should something happen to her. It also makes her the guardian of Scout should something happen to him. She says this is a huge step, but she agrees and trusts him more than anyone in the world to look after her kids. Willow signs the papers. In Portia's office, Trina tells her mom that Kai has decided to have the surgery without her input. Portia knows Trina's concern about Kai but suspects this is about Spencer. She notes Trina already went through one significant loss, and now she's facing the unknown again. Trina doesn't know if she can watch Kai play ball while worrying that every game may be the one in which he gets hurt or worse. Trina hasn't known Kai long, but has started developing feelings for him. She is worried about what will happen to Kai mentally and physically if this surgery fails him. Portia gets a call. It's Kai, and she asks him if he has time to stop by the office so they can talk about his surgery. Kai stops by later after Trina has left. Portia tells him that she has reviewed this procedure and can't recommend it. She gives him the research she found detailing that most of the surgeries did not achieve success, and 3 patients ended up paralyzed. There have only been 2 successes. Kai is sure he'll be the 3rd. Ava's a betting woman. Ava visits Rick in his hospital room and says she told Alexis everything, and if she doesn't meet her demands, she'll go to Molly and the cops about what Christina did. Rick asks if she agreed to give her the money. Ava says she gave her until 9 a.m. tomorrow to decide, but she'll play ball. Rick warns her never to underestimate Alexis, and Ava just gave her 24 hours to save Christina. Ava says she not only has the video of Christina, but she has his car and bribed the mechanic to tell anyone asking about it that it's gone through the crusher. Ava is sure Alexis will meet their demands. Rick reminds her if they don't bring Christina to justice, she'll be free to try and kill her again. So is the money worth it? Ava notes with the money she'll have, she can hire security. She asks Rick if he'll be okay. He knows Molly can't lose another sister, so he'll have to be happy with a wad of cash. Plus, he'll enjoy watching Alexis have to embezzle money from the Cassadine estate, which goes against her principles. Ava promises he and Molly will be well taken care of, but Alexis doesn't know he's involved, so it should stay that way. Rick hopes she's not trying to cut him from his fair share. She promises him that if Alexis tries to save her daughter, she'll make her pay them double. Alexis hesitates. Outside her place, Alexis speaks with Diane on the phone. She hasn't signed the papers to commit Christina, but will get them to her in the morning. She heads in, and Christina asks what's wrong as her mom looks spooked. She simply says it's been a long day. Molly and Christina surprise her with their Davis Girls movie night and order her to hand over her phone and unplug. They sit down and enjoy Noodle Buddha in Sam's honor. Molly and Christina have both missed this and one another, which makes Alexis smile. Christina apologizes again, but Molly says she doesn't have to. She says having her sister back is the one good thing to come from her dad's accident. Christina asks how her dad is. Molly says he has a long road ahead of him, and he and Liz were lucky because they could have been killed. Christina says it took her a while, but she has finally figured things out with therapy and self-reflection. Alexis comments how glad she is that she's doing better. Alexis gets up and looks at the papers in her briefcase, but crumples them up when she sees how well Christina is doing and getting along with Molly.